Hello, everybody. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Rachel.
And this is So I'm Watching Only Murders in the Building! Yay! Season 2, Episode 1, Persons of Interest. So we didn't cover Season 1, but we watched Season 1 last summer when it was on. Last summer?
God, was it last summer?
Yeah.
Jesus.
And we loved it. So as soon as it got Season 2, we were like, we should cover it next time.
For sure.
So we've been patiently waiting, and we finally got the first 2 episodes today. So we are going to talk about it. Yay!
Huzzah!
So we basically pick up right where we left off. Charles, Oliver, and Mabel have been arrested for the murder of Bunny Folger. It's pretty clear that at least Mabel didn't do it. She seems very bent out of shape about it. There's like no way that the other 2 could have had time, in my opinion.
No. No, they were on the roof.
Yeah, they were already on the roof. There's no way. That's the thing is, like, if there's some sort of shenanigans where it turns out it was one of them all along, I'm going to be pretty annoyed.
Me too.
The detective, Williams, and Michael Rappaport are interviewing them. I don't get it. Mabel just keeps asking for a lawyer. She's kind of handing Michael Rappaport's ass to him, which is always pretty funny in my opinion. And so eventually, because they're just persons of interest, they can't really charge them with anything. So they let them go. But they're still obviously under like investigation, but they just go back home. Mabel's got a pool of blood on her floor, seemingly again. I guess I don't think it actually did ever happen before. But it feels like she stays cleaning up blood.
Yeah. And I know because I have seen that, like, in real life,
right?
When they come in to, like, do a crime scene, they just leave a fucking mess behind.
Yeah.
Like, they don't clean up anything. I think they actually give you, like, a card for, like, a crime scene cleanup agency.
Yeah.
But I'm like, girl, call them. You don't need to do that.
Crazy. So I guess the one big thing is that, like, they're trying to get Mabel to talk by, like, bringing up her knitting needles and everything, but Bunny was actually stabbed, and the knife is missing.
Yeah, and I love, first of all, I just have to say, I love Detective Williams. I think she is so funny.
So it is Divine Joy Randolph, who was in The Lost City.
Oh,
I
didn't watch the whole thing.
Sandra Bullock's, agent.
Oh, okay. Caught a glimpse of her at the very end.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
I had forgotten because the literal whole time that I was watching The Lost City, both times, I was like, God, she's familiar. And I feel like I even looked her up and my eyes just must have slid right past Only Murders. But I like her a lot. She's especially a lot of fun on this.
But I just thought it was really interesting that they're like, what did you do with the knife? And Mabel was like, so you mean to tell me that you all don't know what you're doing and you don't know where the murder weapon is?
Well, and you're trying to pin this on 3 people who were very clearly framed for this murder. I don't know. It's very interesting to me. During the course of the episode, they all 3 are having hallucinations of Tina Fey's Cinda Canning, which is very funny, where she's just sort of like telling them their worst fears. I really enjoyed that.
Me too.
Just because I think I prefer Tina Fey when she's working on something that's not her own.
I feel like she can be a little bit more unhinged in a way.
I like it quite a lot. So the whole time, basically, Mabel also is like, I don't want to be in this anymore. I don't want to do any more podcasts, because Oliver is still like, hey, well, like, what do you think? Let's do it. She's like, absolutely not. I don't want anything to do with this. I just want to live my life. Like, I don't want to clean up any more blood. I don't want to do this. Like, absolutely not. And so Oliver meets Amy Schumer playing herself in the elevator.
Herself.
She is moving into Sting's old apartment. Sting has moved out. And she really hard sells Oliver in the elevator about, like, a deal where, like, would you sell your podcast to me so that we can, like, blah, 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 this
turn
and the
into
other.
An 8-episode streaming series.
And with aims to gamification.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're only just thinking about this? And so he's like, I'll think about it. And then Charles is maybe getting a Brazos reboot. Except he's not Brazos. He's Uncle Brazos.
I mean, what did he think? What he...
I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you're the title character of something and someone is like, hey, we're doing a reboot and we're calling you in for a meeting, I would also assume that I was going to be the title character again.
Yeah. I don't know, though, because I just like, don't you just hurt all the time? I hurt if I sleep too long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. But I probably would be
He's just too tired to be like the...
It's just so much work.
So, he's still, like, interested, though.
Yeah.
But
I mean, how could you turn that down? I mean, it's a legit job. 100%. So, make our money.
So, what makes them break into Bunny's apartment? They're just trying to prove that they didn't. They're looking for like one piece of evidence that might, because Cindy Canning is also producing a podcast concurrently.
Yes.
With the investigation about like who did it and why it's them, and she's really trying to nail the three of them. And so they're like, if we can find one thing that points to someone else,
yeah,
then we can like get her off our cases. So they go through the vents into Bunny's apartment. Fine. But Martin Short falls out the other into Bunny's apartment. And I'm like, he's so old.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Like, I feel like he would have broken something when he fell.
Right.
Regardless, they all make it in there fine. They're looking around for stuff. They just kind of willy-nilly grabbed everything off her desk.
Yeah, I'm just really... I said it when we were watching it, but like in the first season, Mabel was like, no, guys, like we have to
always gloves. Yeah,
always gloves. But they're in there touching everything, moving everything around. Like, what are you doing?
It's weird. It's a little weird.
We've regressed. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. That really bothered me. Because I'm like, you were so on top of it last time about not leaving fingerprints behind.
Yeah.
But so now you're like clearing off entire tops of tables and just touching everything.
Maybe because they were taking everything with them?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think Charles took what was in his hands.
No, the book, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
okay.
they took it with. So while they're looking for stuff, someone starts to come in, and it's Uma, played by Jackie Hoffman, and Howard, the one with the cat from season 1. I just watched season 1 again yesterday, and like Mabel and Charles go to his apartment to like find out what he knows or whatever. And it's after his cat has died and the cat is in the freezer and Charles goes to look and the leg falls off and then he just takes it with him. And so he like pulls it out later and he's like, I still have the leg. And he goes, it's warm now. That smell is new. And it's so funny the way he delivers it all. But anyway, they come in and they start talking about looking for like something valuable. And Uma says that there was a painting, a very balls forward painting, sexy painting. It's not very sexy, I guess. Erotic painting. It's a nude. I don't really like anything about it.
No.
And it's supposedly worth like about $1 million. I don't know if she's trying to steal it or if they're trying to like.
She wants to.
She's taking to the appraiser.
Yeah. And then I would imagine she was probably going to try to sell it to like an art thing.
I feel like it's not hers to
or like
sell.
Sotheby's or something. I don't know.
Yeah, regardless. So they basically are like, it's in the bedroom. And so all three of our heroes are in the bedroom at that point hiding, and they're hiding in the closet. We find out the painting's missing. Uma totally misses them all in the closet. Like, Mabel is hidden behind coats and stuff, but Charles and Oliver are just like sort of essentially standing. Just like this. If we don't move, she can't see us. But she doesn't see them. And so then they also discover that Bunny had a secret elevator in the back of her closet, which feels like it would be drafty.
Not necessarily, because I mean, when the building was built, that's probably how, like, depending on who had the apartment, I mean, you could move furniture in and out that way. So, and then if you had any staff, they would go in and out that way.
Sure, but I don't know. Mabel specifically says it's freezing in here and takes Bunny's coats with them.
I mean, because I think it's direct access to outside. So, I mean, you would think that
you'd keep the door closed. I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, she had to like bump it. So I'm sure that clearly there was an outline, but all of the fur coats were in front of it. So that's going to catch a couple of some of the draftiness.
It's fine. So they basically take it down to like a rooftop, like a mid-building rooftop, and presumably get all the way back down. And that is when Mabel finally decides that she will continue doing the podcast, because it's clear that something else is going on. Someone's stolen the painting. Obviously, it's probably somebody who was like after Bunny, or like the person that killed Bunny. So they decide to keep doing the podcast, and we get a little montage of everybody. Oh, I forgot all about Cara Delevingne.
Yeah.
Mabel's got a lot of social media presence out of this.
Hashtag Bloody Mabel.
Hashtag Bloody Mabel. And so she gets a DM from Alice. She only has a first name for now. I've forgotten her last name. Who is obsessed with the mural that she painted in her aunt's apartment and wants her to come to this like gallery opening or whatever. So Mabel goes, and she's wearing an incredible like dress with like a sheer thing over to, it's like orangey and red. It's amazing.
Very gauzy.
And Cara Delevingne is also looking hot as balls.
Mm-hmm. She just always is hot.
I'm in love with her. She's got a real low cut thing. No bra, clearly. It's incredible. I love her. Like, a lot. And so she basically is telling Mabel, she's like, I'm obsessed with you and your art, and it's great. I can't stop thinking about it. We, like, really want you to get involved here at our gallery. And Mabel is just very, like, as long as you can say with your mouth that this is not a cult. And Cara Delevingne is just like, ha, 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 ha. And she just keeps, like, walking away. And she's like, no, but, like, I need to hear it. And she's like, oh, you. And she never says it's not a cult, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, so then, okay, they decide to do the podcast again. They are then, like, having, like, a whole little montage, and Charles arrives home with groceries, and the other two get text messages to come immediately. And the, like, nude painting is in his apartment, hung up.
Very prominently displayed.
Yeah, right in his living room, hung up above the mantle. Not really a mantle, but like hung up in a, a big spot. There's no way. I want to know who is framing. I want to know.
Yeah, because then we also get Oliver going through the notes that he took from Bunny's apartment.
Yeah.
And he, like, found a couple of his death threats to Bunny, but then there was also a card that says...
he signed them all with much love. Like, it's so cute.
But then we did see a card that said, Bunny, I want that painting.
Yeah.
No signature.
No.
So.
And it turns out that the man in the painting is Charles's father. Yeah. I don't know.
I'm glad that both of these dudes, that none of them are my dad.
Yeah. Oh my God. Literally never.
Yep.
So yeah, that is for the most part it on episode 1. Pretty good. Good opening. Love this show. Mm-hmm. It's so cute. We are gonna go quick watch episode 2, and then we'll be right back.
Yay! Bye. Bye.